Right, I've got to apologise because apparently one of my videos, somebody said that there's too much shaking, which is difficult for me to achieve because I'm on limited equipment. I'm just sort of showing really how to sort of keep orchids, but so I'm doing another one. This time I've actually got a little tripod mounted to it, and hopefully that will keep it steady. I'm not going to go over the watering thing again, you know, because I did it on the last one. So I'll leave that there as a thing for watering. I might change the title on it. But I think my flowers no doubt wanted to be seen. So and there's this little sort of issue I mentioned last time, that you know, that's a sort of Kingianum there with quite a few flowers on it, as you can see. If I go round it, there's some sort of hidden by a leaf, but there's quite a few. Must be I don't know, over 100. And although this one is a Berryoda, oops, another trouble, this house is small, I trip over things. You can see there the purple flowers, that this is more or less finished. It's only got a few flowers left on it, but that one is in full swing. I mean, yeah, you could argue that it's not a Kingianum, but I mean they are really, they're just hybrids, the same thing, and they normally flower together. But this year, for the first time ever, they haven't, and I think it's because the window's south facing, and I think we had a couple of afternoons of sun, so they got quite a lot of sunlight, whereas the ones over there didn't. It's one of my Novelly Comic King, though I have seen it listed, or something similar listed as a Comic Queen, but I'm pretty sure it said Comic King. That one there is sort of coming to the end now. It's got 2 spikes left. That's my Odontioda, was it Belera Wildcat? I forget now. Got it written down somewhere, it could be Belera. But they're sort of the Odontoglossum sort of group of orchids, and this one I affectionately sort of call the Angry Wasp. My other Odontoglossum hasn't sent up a spike as of yet. My Novelly sort of failed to flower. It's sending up a couple of new shoots, canes there. I have a sneaking suspicion my Zygopetalum, which only normally flower in the autumn, late in the year. There's one there, and one I just showed. I have a feeling it might just it's a bit strange because they've both had shoots growing on them, and they've never done that this time of year. And normally, once the shoots get to a size, a spike appears. So I don't know. I've just seen a dead leaf. Yeah. But don't ever, if you missed them, make sure it's only a really fine mist and a light one. They really don't like their leaves being wet, Zygopetalums. And certainly in my case, it didn't say that on the label when I bought them. It said it told you to mist them. And I know somebody else that bought them from the same place and they killed theirs. And this is my Oncidium. I don't know why I bought it. It's kind of sort of related to that. It's yellow like the Wildcat, but it's got the big yellow lips, and the flowers are small with more sort of red striping like that on them, but striping as opposed to that sort of mottly marbled look. And they're the ones that you normally see, dancing ladies, sweet sugar, you know, they call them all that. But although I love the flower itself, the big lips on the bottom I'm not too keen on. So anyway, that's a sort of shot of those orchids. And what I do, well, I just do a quick one with the water. I sort of spray them lightly each day, and one day or maybe 2 days, depending on how warm it is, I'll do it heavily. It gets a bit tricky. The only time it's a bit tricky is in the winter, because some things, you know, dendrobiums really need to be left. You know, they all need to be left a long time with water, but with dendrobiums it's more important that you leave them without water, because it encourages the amount of flowers they produce when they do. And as they flower so early in the year, as both the nobiles and the kingianums do, I don't know about Dendrobium phalaenopsis because that's a tropical one, and I'm not a big lover of them and I don't have any. But these are not. These are sort of intermediate temperature ones. You know, you can grow them in a patio or something like that, and outside in the summer. And they really do. Anything kingianum berryoda, anything sort of nobile like that one there. You know, this is a closer to a normal colour nobile flower. They really need to dry out to the point that the canes are shrivelling, really. And of course, light early spring helps, which I didn't really get this year. Part of the problem is right above my head where I'm standing. If I pan upwards like this, I use LED lights as a backup, but unfortunately those LED bulbs in there, they're GU10s, they're a bit low, and for the last 3 years I've wanted to change them for higher powered ones and I've never got round to it. And this year I've sort of paid for that, because the winter, you know, there's been no sun. I mean, winters are bad, but you can still have clear days with sunshine, and these benefit from it, but they haven't had a lot of that, because the UK weather has famously been bad. If you haven't seen it on your own news, if you're in a foreign country, it's been raining a lot. Like I say, it's so much so that we had a couple of afternoons and that flowered, right, and that and sort of finished, and that was finishing by the time this one started opening its flowers. These were already dying, and you can see, I sort of go over the top like that, which I can do now. You can see there's quite a few flowers, but that's only because the weather improved and we started getting a bit of sun and warm days. And then I thought it was going to felt the flower altogether, and then the next thing I know, it brought up a couple of spikes, and then bing 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 bing, they all appeared everywhere. And that that failed flowering, which you might be able to see if I go over there. It sort of fouled, because that would get even less light, and really I pushed it to the right, and I didn't know. I thought we'd get some sun, we didn't. Had I bought the bulbs, which I keep putting off to save money, because I don't get any sort of support doing this at the moment, and that's partly why, you know, the videos will be shaky at times. I rush everything I do, which is down to the condition I've got, and I do apologise about that. But as this year goes on, that will change, and because there are several things that are about to happen, and I will be able to produce much better videos and pictures, and I will be acquiring more orchids, and I will be getting about to orchid places. So you know, because anything I'm into, I mean, orchids is just one of the things. I've got a blog on astronomy, I have a blog on martial arts, I've got a blog on reptiles, amphibians and fish, I have a blog on British wildlife, I have a blog on CPUs and computers. I have a lot of interests, and any interest I get into, you know, I research and I get right into it, and I have to keep in my interests all the time, and I sort of swap from one to another. Throughout a year some things get neglected. I mean, I haven't really had much in the way of new orchids for a while, and those that I have had have been brought to me. Not necessarily the ones that I wouldn't have bought them. The stuff I'm interested in is quite nice stuff, and it comes from abroad, from either German or Dutch orchid nurseries. And I have to buy them as seedlings. I can't go buying large things yet, but that may change over the next 3 months. The next 3 months is going to be extremely important because of other things, other blogs. I've got a blog on corruption, and you know, I've caught a few people out, and that is about to produce something a bit earlier than I expected, I think. So there you go. Hopefully this one's not so jaggedy. I'll just do another sort of shot of these. They are like a cream colour. It's quite weird as well, because I don't know if you can see it on the video, but this is 1080p, but a lot of them came out with sort of pink, purple flashes on the backs of the petals, and some didn't. So it's really strange. Some of them are just like a creamy white completely everywhere, and some of them aren't. If I go over here, these ones have a bit of a pink flush to them, which they never did when I bought them. And I don't think they've done it beforehand as strong as this one. There you go. So you get a good few shots there. But I bought it because I liked it. Because the sort of flowers, I'm going to try and get it right one year, the flowers sort of hover over the top like clouds almost. And that's why when I saw the white one I thought I've got to have that. Because I had it with the purple one, but I thought with the white one it would look better. I was kind of thinking Acer palmatum yukigomo. Oh yeah, I do a blog on Japanese maples. Yukigomo means floating clouds, and the yukigomo, they have very white leaves with green dots, you know, but when they get bigger they look quite stunning, and they literally look like sort of little floating clouds as you look at them, little layers of clouds. So I was thinking yukigomo when I saw this kingianum. Oh yeah, that's the point, I've got to go out and do some videos of the maples. There you go, better video this time around, hopefully. Sorry about the last one.